Welcome back to Scott Family Homestead. Got a bit of a snowstorm last night, so I'm heading out to check on the high tunnel just to make sure everything is good to go. We didn't get a ton of snow accumulation, and it wasn't as heavy as snow as they kind of thought it was going to be. So we were sort of bracing for about 6 or 7 inches of heavy wet snow, which can definitely take its toll on one of these structures. This is our high tunnel here. Definitely looks kind of gray and gloomy in there. I'll show you what we put in to try to support it through snowstorms like this. What we ended up getting was probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 inches. It's hard to say. There might actually be 6 or 7. But I think the real kicker with this snow is that it's not heavy. It's not the heavy wet stuff. It's kind of light and fluffy, which is great. We like the snow because it gives the cows traction in the pasture. They're not running around, sliding around on ice. But we don't like getting a ton of it all at once. So this is the high tunnel. You can tell there's a little bit of sagging in between each of these supports. Just the snow kind of sticking on there. I was hoping it would kind of slide off a little bit today. And these are some of the supports here. So we ended up, looks like 2 of the supports fell out. I've got these 2x4s that have a V-notch right there on the end. And that is just to hold this purlin here is supposed to sit right in that notch. So I'll try to get that put back in. Check the other side and see how that's doing. Looks like kind of the same deal. Came out just a little bit. There you go. A little bit of snow came off when I did that. See if I can do the same thing on this side. There we go. So this snow comes off pretty easy if you just tap on it. So if we're in the middle of a really big snowstorm and it's adding some weight to the structure, what we'll do is just come in here and we'll just tap on it like that, get some of this off here. These bands that we have going down here, these are wind straps. And when we had the high tunnel in Eagle River, we did not put wind straps on there because it was kind of protected by the forest, trees and everything else that was around it. Here in this property, we've got open acres. There's gotta be 40 acres across the road, plus a little more that the wind comes across. So we put those wind straps on to keep that fabric from going up and down. The more it starts flapping up and down in the wind, the easier it can rip and tear, and it puts a lot of stress on the metal bars that go up and over. So I'm just gonna kind of work my way around. There's not a ton of weight on here, which is good. I'm gonna keep it that way. But anything that we can do to keep things from being an issue, it's good. All right, so let's see. I've got this 2x4 is laying on the ground, and it did not hit the plastic. That is one thing that with these 2x4s, if they come off of here, I usually have them on this junction right here. And if they come off, they could poke a hole through the plastic, which would not be good. So I just want to put that there as a little support. I had this brick here underneath this 2x4, but it looks like it's sunk down in the dirt a little bit. So I might have to redo this one to make it a little tighter. That went in there pretty easy. Just enough though that it can hold some weight if we get another snowstorm like this. So there we go. That whole bottom on that side is off. And then this stuff that's up here on the top, that'll start to slide down now that the stuff on the bottom is off there. This one over here, this is what I was worried about. This 2x4 came down and it did go through the plastic. So that's no good. We're gonna have to pull that out and get some repair tape, and we'll repair that one. Get that put up into place. Kick it. So it's holding some of the weight there. This plastic material, you can get a tape for it that looks like packaging tape that holds up to the UV. The UV count that it would get in here. So you can use packaging tape, but it'll start to flake after a while, kind of disintegrate, which does not look all that good. And you end up replacing it a lot more. So we'll get the actual greenhouse tape. I have to order some because we're out at the moment. We'll get some greenhouse tape and we'll patch up that little hole. But looking good in here. Nice dry dirt. Smells a bit like summer in here. Love the smell of a high tunnel in the winter time. So yeah, I'm gonna go around on the outside and make sure that all the snow gets pulled away from the base. The last thing that you want, we've got all this snow. It looks like it's about 4 feet tall, but it's not. It's just kind of up on an angle. But if all this rests against the plastic here, eventually it'll wear in and can stretch out that plastic. So I'll get that all pulled away, pushed back. But I'm gonna wait for this stuff to come down a little bit first. So I'm gonna go plow the driveway, get that cleared out, and then I'll do some outside work. But it's looking good in here. We will keep working at it. Hopefully winter's almost done and we'll be good to go for spring. I should say, if you want to take a fast track to the snow, if it's getting heavy up here, you can take a broom, like a T-handle broom, or any kind of long, basically, even like a 2x4 would work, but you don't want to poke into that plastic. So anything that's long and wide, you can push up there and then it'll just kind of rain down. So I could do that. If it doesn't start to melt down by the end of the day, I'll try to get that taken off of there, but I'm gonna let time and gravity do its thing. And I've got some other stuff to do anyway. So I hope you enjoyed coming in, checking out the high tunnel, looking at the supports that we have put in place. If you have any questions on anything, reach out, let us know. We're happy to answer any questions you might have about high tunnels. Good morning. It is the next day. We're looking at the high tunnel here, and you can see the sun is out today. It's nice and sunny. All the snow that was up on top of the high tunnel has slid down and is now starting to accumulate at the bottom of the high tunnel. So what I need to do today is just get rid of the snow at the bottom so that all this can shed completely off. And that's gonna relieve a lot of the pressure that is on these metal braces that go up and over, these metal trusses. That's gonna relieve that pressure and make sure that for the next snowstorm, we don't have that buildup of heavy, wet snow that could end up taking these out. So all I'm gonna do is go down along here and I'm gonna use my hands. We've got some chicken fence that was put up over here that is preventing me from just using the snowblower. It would have been super easy to do that. Next year, I will have to make sure that happens. But I'm just gonna go pull all this snow down and get it out of the way, and then make sure all that weight is off of here. So really that's the only thing that you need to do with these grower solution greenhouses is just remove the snow that sheds off. This Glacier series is really good at having all that snow shed off from the bottom. You just need to clear it away. So that's what we're gonna do today. All right, so there's one side all cleared off of snow. You can tell today the temperature is, I think it was about 8 degrees. Feels like 1. It's a little chilly out, but it's nice and sunny, which helped get all that snow off of there. So I'm halfway done. I'm gonna go do the other side, and then we'll check and see what temperature is on the inside. I think I checked earlier today. I'll show a screenshot. It was almost 50 degrees inside the high tunnel. So it should be good. Good temperature to get in there and get some work done. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I'll catch you next time. Bye.